Hello, hello. It is me back again. I took a little time off, but now I'm ready to stream every day, maybe a couple times a day, doing some different stuff, different games. Gonna try some stuff out. Played um some Gemcraft earlier, a tower defense game. Played that earlier today. You can check that out on my YouTube channel. Same username, Mr. Retro. Two M's, two R's, ETRO. That's MMRRETRO over at YouTube, and you can check me out there. You can like and subscribe, all that good stuff over there. We're gonna go ahead and jump into Minecraft. I love Minecraft, and I haven't been on my stream world in a bit. I haven't even checked in on Norbert, and I think Douglas or Quincy are pillagers that are there. So let's go ahead and jump in. Hey, we're over on this side now. You guys are now on this side with my second screen that has all of my chat stuff. So if you guys say hey, I'll see it over here. And if I don't, since I'm not directly looking at you, if it takes me a little while to say anything, just know that's it. It's not that I don't like you. It's just that I'm not looking right at you. Okay. Also, I have what was I gonna say? Oh, I have above the top of the screen. You guys should be able to see the interact here. That'll be where all the follows and subscriptions and all that good stuff go. So, all right. So last time, or 2 episodes ago, I think 2 streams ago, I got a netherite ingot, and then so I put it on this pickaxe. And we don't use a lot of diamonds. We don't have a lot of diamonds. So we are just kind of saving everything right now until we build our base. Like we've got loads of storage out here. Oh, look, they're still here. Okay. So we've got Norbert, Douglas, and you don't have a name yet. We need to get you a name tag. I need to get a name tag from him. So we've got a couple of things that we can do. We've got our list of stuff here, and our list is kind of a big list. We've got our Nether portal, and it's not synced up yet, so we could do that probably. Yeah, we could do that now. That'll be the first thing we do: is sync our Nether portal. Overworld portal building. That's kind of it's over there, and so we got to make it look cool. So we'll do that probably at a different time. We explored the Nether a little bit. Got some good blocks to start. Nether hub, we'll start that once we get this done. Iron farm, that's going to get us over there. So that's probably because there's a little village over there. So we're going to start breeding and moving villagers out. So we need to do the villager breeder as well. Iron farm's not going to go right there because I don't think that you can have an iron farm next to the village. I don't think. I'm not sure. I'm not positive. But yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna be making spheres for a lot of my major base designs. That's going to be my big thing, is using spheres, and I think I used to do that a bunch when I first started playing Minecraft. Like, oh gosh, 9, 10 years ago. Was just I built everything out of spheres. In creative, I built with spheres, everything. So let's see, where is the sun? Let's go explore a little bit. Let's get some resources going. Let's check and see what we need. Because we're gonna start doing some big building here. Okay, that's nether stuff. Oh yeah, we're next to a mesa. That's where our spawn was next to a mesa biome. We've got some gravel, okay. Wood. Do we have wood? Wood. We need wood. So yeah, we don't have a lot of stuff. We need more stuff. It's decided. We need more stuff. Do I have more chests? Okay, that's food. That's stuff from crops. Yeah, let's just start. Let's go get more wood. I think yeah, we just need to get the basics. So, let's just start ripping down trees. So we're gonna need to build more chests because we're gonna hopefully get a lot done this stream. My plan is to stream for about 2 hours max, just because uh, 2 hours max, maybe an hour at the most, or an hour at minimum, and then 2 hours probably max. So get as much done as we can in that time, I think would be the best use of our time. So chatting and cutting and chatting and chopping and chatting and chopping is pretty much my plan for today. I'm on vacation this week, which means I am doing nothing but playing games. So when I'm done doing this, I may relax and play some games. Uh, I've got I've pretty much watched all my YouTube videos that come out today, that I follow, all my subscriptions that I follow, and so I don't have anything to watch on YouTube. Um, I've been doing a rewatch of My Hero Academia, which I'm almost done with that. I'm on season 4, and I just got done with the overhaul fight, so I'm good with that. Um, and I saw that Funimation got Hunter x Hunter. Excited, but I'm gonna finish my Hero watch first before I continue on with My Hero. I started with the bug, or I ended my first time watching through on the bug, so I'm gonna jump back in and see how that arc finishes out. I've heard it's a long one, so we'll see. We're gonna grab this iron while I'm here because we are not iron rich yet. We do not have an iron farm, so we need every bit of iron we can. People. Um, I like. I want to grab the chocolate trees, but they're kind of a pain. Um, these are pretty quick to just tear down real quick. The regular oak and the birch trees. Whenever super trees grow, it drives me nuts. So I haven't decided what I want to do with farming when it comes to like automatic farms, because some automatic farms work just in the vanilla game with very little to light kind of exploits. Um, it may just kind of exploit behavior. It's not really a glitch or anything because it's just capitalizing on the behavior of villagers, and just mass producing or getting mass farm, or mass, uh, drops from farming. But like duping, like TNT duping, I don't know if I want to do that. Like, on one hand, it would make things way easier, so much easier. It would be nice. It would be fast. We have more friends coming. Boys, I didn't make enough boats for you. Yeah, you're talking. Okay, don't talk about me. Talk to me. They come over here, we're gonna run because I've just got iron, and I mean, I could take them. Oh, okay, he got out of the water. That's scary. I could take them. Wouldn't really be that big of a deal. Oh, what is TNT doing? Hey, Totoro. Um, it's where you exploit. It's an exploit where a TNT block is being lit, and when it is in its drop, uh, like in that moment where it's being lit and it drops, there's a chance where it gets duplicated, and or not a chance. It's just it becomes duplicated, and so but it duplicates in its lit form. So essentially, you're just infinitely dropping blocks of TNT that are lit. So people use them to like carpet bomb with flying machines, and it's like you could really tear up the landscape, but it could be really useful for mining. Um, so it's just one of those things where you kind of like bigger YouTubers do it like on the big servers like Hermitcraft, and a lot of that's because there's so many people playing. Um, and they're all power players. They have, almost like a dozen or so, or a dozen active members probably, on a server, and they're all power players. So going through gun, like just sitting there AFKing for gunpowder alone would take forever because you're also having because they also spam rockets like it's nothing too. So, and then the sand it takes sand isn't sand is a finite resource, so you have to worry about that. You there's so many things you have to worry about when it comes to actually farming the um, the resources for TNT. But uh so they changed recently, I think it was one of the recent updates, maybe 115, but or 116. One of the recent updates, they changed how TNT uh blows up, and it does so like if you have it just on the flat surface, it would blow up the blocks, but those blocks would just sit there. And then if another TNT drops on there, then it would blow up the blocks that are sitting there just floating as entities. So I mean, if you could, so like on a TNT based duping farm for tree farms, you can get crazy amounts of logs because the logs fall down into like a water stream, and that protects them from it drops them out far enough away so it protects from the next TNT explosion. So that's kind of how it works. I'm not the best at explaining it because I'm not a big redstoner person. So I kind of understand redstone enough to do certain things. But yeah, yeah, it's AFK play is different. It kind of AFK is nice when you know you need a lot of resources. So like once I build the iron farm and I have a project going where I need just you know a bunch of stacks, like dozens of stacks of iron blocks, not ingots but blocks, that I'll start AFKing at an iron farm. Just so I can get all the iron I need for it. Because once you start producing iron, then you can start using iron as like a texture and a color to use in your builds. Um, so I mean, like AFK play is really nice. It can be kind of troublesome on multiplayer servers just because, like, especially on mob based ones where you're waiting on a hostile mob to generate to give you drops. It can be tough because because each player there's a mob cap for the server, and each player generates mobs that take up that mob cap. So um, if someone is doing a hostile mob farm that's getting drops from, if you're also trying to get drops from a mob farm, your mob farm is not going to work as well because you both are taking up the mob cap for that. So um, depending on what kind of farms you're using, it can be kind of trouble. But as long as like you have good coordination with other players, it's usually not too big of a deal. Like I play on a multiplayer server on a patron server, and for a for a Twitch streamer, and we usually just talk to each other like, "Hey, I'm gonna go AFK for a bit over here. I'll let you know when I'm done. That way, you can come over and use this community farm or something." So yeah. So how are you, Totoro? Long time no see. It has been a minute. Yeah. Cool. I'll put you there. So we've got lots of. Okay, so I need to make some more chests because we need more chests because we are going to start doing stuff with collecting blocks and all that stuff. All right, let's start doing some. Where can I put these? See, this is like the hard part about not having a base area picked out. Like, I want my base to be like over in that area, like right there where the water line is. But I don't have anything set up for it, so I think I'm gonna put you here. This will keep the boys from shooting at me too. Be nice. I like that it made it easier to put these regular chests next to each other. It's still a pain to get everything coordinated. What to do? What to do? Okay, so let's put wood in boxes. So dark oak is gonna go here, and we're just gonna litter this like that. And then regular oak. Boom, boom. Uh, boom, boom. All right. Let's go chop down more trees. So I feel like I really want to pursue this streaming thing, Totoro. Um, I have goals to meet. You know, just to at least get affiliate, which gives you a certain portion of subscriptions and stuff. So I am, yeah, I cut like I feel like now is the time for me to do it. I'm on vacation. I could really dedicate the time for it. Um, Especially this week, really grind out a week of trying to bump up numbers, and then when I go back to work, I can just see if I can um, continue any sort of momentum that I get from this week. So I feel like this is the direction I want to go. I don't know, like I'm 32, like I'm having a midlife crisis. I feel, and so things are just happening. Life is no fun right now. And so it's just getting older is no fun. And then trying to figure out what you want to do is like I thought I did, and then I stopped teaching, and I don't know. Things have just it's been it's been a wild year. So it's been I just it's so hard to formulate words because it's such a weird instance. Yeah, purpose. Yeah, chaos. Yeah, chaos is probably what I would say. I would say it's mostly user driven. Like a lot of the things that happen result from my choices and how I'm interacting with the world. Um, but like I've been looking at different jobs and applying. I really want to um, work in a place where I can assess diversity um, and um, in equity. Um, there's just so much social discourse um, that's turned into political discourse, which is so weird because who would have thought that treating people fairly and equitably is a politically driven statement, um, and making sure marginalized groups are are given the same sort of rights and restrictions as everyone else, and or making sure the rights and restrictions that are supposed to be given to them um, is is there. Like I want to work kind of for people with people. Um, I like interacting with people. I'm a fairly social person. Um, I'm kind of an extroverted introvert. Like in awkward situations, I just start talking. Studying. Kind of. I have been looking into different workplaces, but I've also been looking into the specific job title of diversity and inclusion, like coordinator or diversity inclusion managers or things like that. So there, it's it's usually like a human resources gig, um, or some variation of reporting to human resources. Like I would be the person who, like, if there was uh, an equal opportunity, an EEO kind of thing happening where a employee felt like they were being mistreated because of their race or gender or sexual orientation or gender identity, I would be the specific person to investigate or interact in those sorts of scenarios. Um, Working in, I don't know. I think it has to do a lot of with the political climate right now. And ever since I got done teaching, and then the 2012 election came around, things started happening to where I was like, maybe I should have been a political science major. And I really thought maybe I should, interact with people on a social change level, because I feel very driven to do so a lot of times. So and being an elementary school teacher working in a very urban environment that had, a primarily white um, population, but had a lot of Hispanic populations. We had a lot of African American population, um, a big African, like Sudanese, and we had different kinds of representation. So it was really interesting to see that from a kid level, and then seeing it now um, on the grand political stage. It's hard to watch sometimes because you don't like you think that adults would have it like you really think adults would have their stuff figured out and they just don't. And it's frustrating, and like I laugh and I smile because it's just so frustrating, not because it's funny. um I just I don't know, I like the cliche thing to say is I really want to make a difference, like I want to help people. um but the non-cliche thing is that I just want to help people. Like that's the thing. I just don't know. Um so it's just tough right now. It's tough kind of finding where my place is with everything. Um Especially now with quarantine stuff happening. It's so hard to kind of, hit the ground and apply, and um but they better not be coming over here. I'm going to be so mad. I don't have enough I don't have a name tag for Quincy. I don't have three more for you guys. And I have to come up with names. Gonna have like a boy band over here. Pillagers. That's what I should have named him. I should have named him after the Backstreet Boys or something. That would have been great. Ugh. Or like the Jackson 5. And then each one could just be like Janet, Latoya. Yeah. But so, like, I've been applying for things, and so this week is really just kind of seeing where those applications go, um, seeing where that, seeing where this goes. I feel like if I really put in the time and the grind and try to sell myself a little bit, maybe I can squeeze out an affiliate before uh, before I decide I'm done working over at being a social worker. Like I want to kind of get this all done. I I miss being in education. I do. Like I miss kids. I miss teaching kids. I just don't like working for adults. I don't. Kids don't have an agenda. Kids don't care what the public thinks. Kids don't care about uh, about policies. Just kids don't care about that stuff. Kids care about entertainment. Kids care about who loves them. Kids care about who interacts with them and what kind of interactions are given. Kids care about that kind of stuff. Kids care about their interests, and we don't cater to that. Um, we cater to how we feel and what works best for the adults and teaching them. Um, I know, and I love teaching for that, but I pretty much got in trouble for being kid first um, in my approach, and I got tired of getting in trouble for approaching education kids first, because my school district is approaching education money first and public opinion first, and even not even public opinion, what looks good on a brochure or a flyer first. That's I don't know, like our school district. Our like specifically our school district has been involved in an FBI scandal of embezzlement of funds. That was the better part of a decade ago, and um, then we had a huge thing that happened with stipends, and stipends aren't a big deal. It's just that people were essentially getting stipends for nothing. Um, if you look up St. Joseph's School District in St. Joseph, Missouri, and you type in scandal, FBI, audit, those are probably some keywords. We had a whistleblower who was actually yeah, a smaller district, and it's small, but like it's one district for a town of 80,000 people. So it's a smaller city that tries to operate like one big city, but really should function as three smaller districts. So it's yeah, the whistleblower was the son of the secretary in the building I was teaching in, and he was the CFO for the school district, and he pretty much he looked at the books and found out that the books were dirty and brought it to someone's attention, and they threatened him with a sexual harassment lawsuit, which he won, and he won for essentially the slander of it, and he won like $400,000 on a settlement because the school district made a false sexual harassment claim, because they wanted to shut him up. And the thing is, the people who are in charge, wow, yeah, the people who are in charge, the superintendent's gone, but every single secretary or uh, administrative assistant, everyone else in that office is still there. All the people that put their head down and just let things happen are still there, and they're the ones still there letting things happen. Um, it's it's frustrating. And I saw, being a live stream teacher, I've actually thought about doing stuff like that. I've actually thought about making a YouTube channel for elementary music and doing stuff like that. I think that would be a lot of fun. And it's something I'm kind of tossing around with. It's going to take a lot of work. Yeah, sitting and just singing at my computer would just be so much fun. And, um, and if that was my job, just I have thought about that. Um, it's interesting, especially with things going on. Like, there's more of a need for that. And, if this were any other year, I'd probably laugh and be like, that's not gonna happen. But I've seriously thought about it. Um, it's just being out of. It's weird because having seen behind the curtain, you know how the adults work. Um, uh, in a school district, and so it makes me really hard to support that as a system. Um, like, I love my daughter's school. Her teacher has been fantastic. Her teacher last year, someone I've worked with before, fantastic. Did a great job. Communicated really well to us. The teachers are fantastic. And you know what? A lot of principals are fantastic. But there are a lot of principals who echo what the top brass says. And they do what HR says. They just repeat, instead of making their own decisions and figuring out what's right, and fighting for their teachers. There are so many times where um, accusatory statements that are brought in from upper administration, or parents get repeated from the principal straight to the teacher without any sort of filter. It's no, okay, well, let's ask, or let's go in and look at a situation and figure out what really happened, because there's always going to be, a full story. No, it's just a parent said you did this, that means you did it. Or I don't care if you said you didn't do it, you need to apologize. You know, like there is no system of responsibility or positive accountability. There's no system for that. And unfortunately, HR in public school districts don't work for the teachers. Um, they work for the district, which sounds counterintuitive, but they don't, like HR doesn't, like HR in any other position doesn't work for the employees. They work for the company that pays their checks. Um, so whenever there's an issue, if they can resolve it with the whoever's in charge on top, then they will. And on paper it doesn't look that way, but realistically that's what happens. It's like, coming from someone who's had a couple conversations with our the head of HR um, in our school district. They sit literally on the same side of the table as the principal. Like, it's such, like, if you wanted like a perfect representation of how that works, they literally sit on the same side of the table. And it's super frustrating. But anyway, moving on from that, let's talk about positive stuff. Let's talk about things I want to do. I'm going to focus on streaming this week. And, I may look more into virtual teaching, because that has kind of got my gears rolling a little bit. Or not rolling. Gears don't roll. They turn. Gears turn. They grind. Um, I was feeling down the other night. And so I told my wife, I don't deserve good beer. Get me cheap beer. So she got me the cheapest beer that the Hy-Vee gas station had. And it was Keystone Light. And Keystone will oversee this. Keystone is not great beer. It's like, it's it's not great. Not great at all. But uh, it's what I have sitting next to me. I know it's not the way to go. I like good beer. I enjoy good fancy beer, like a nice pilsner, or a good stout. I enjoy that stuff. Or during the hotter months, I get cerveza. But good beer is expensive. Like, my wife got this case of, yeah, stouts. My wife got this case of Keystone for roughly half of what a six pack of a stout would have been, or like a craft beer would have been. So, and I was like, I need cheap beer. I just wasn't having a good day, and I just wanted to sulk in it. So I just had cheap beer to sulk. So I'm going this way because the three amigos are over there, and I don't want to aggro them because I haven't made boats in preparation for them. But I may do that soon. Yeah, it's weird. This case of 15, not 16, not 12, but 15, which I guess is, three more than just a 12 pack, but still, like, it's so weird, of cans. So, yeah, that, where's the Minecraft music? Like, I hate how the Minecraft music just, it kind of just plays sometimes, and it kind of fades in and out. I just want it to play all the time. I've thought about just downloading the Minecraft music and just playing it in the background, because technically it's not like I'm playing the music from the game, so I shouldn't get in trouble. but I don't know what the rules are for that, so I just don't know. Yeah, thing is that I put these up on my main YouTube video or my main YouTube channel um, as kind of like a VOD playlist, and I and I just don't know if I would like get in trouble or get the videos flagged because they technically count as my view count. So I'm not monetized on YouTube, which I would like to be, but I think if to avoid copyright strikes and things like that because of copyrighted music. But yeah, like normally when I play, I depending on the game. Like if the game has continuous music, oh yeah, totally just playing with the music. But if it's like this, like right when I'm playing Minecraft normally, just kind of hanging out or something, I usually have videos on or Netflix or something. But um, I'm gonna leave that half a tree there because it's a mega tree and I don't care. So talking about things I want to do, I have so many like little micro hobbies. Like I like doing voice work. I like doing character voices. And like I can do some trademark character voices and stuff like that. But I thought, oh, maybe I could get into the voiceover industry. Turns out super competitive and really hard to just jump into. So yeah. All right. Have a good night, Totoro. I will talk to you later. I will try. Hopefully they don't burn. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? They see me. They just don't. I haven't aggroed them enough. Ooh. I gotta think. We gotta like do something and accomplish something to make sure that I actually have some like something for a thumbnail. Hmm. Because I make my YouTube thumbnails right after I get done. Oh Jesus, that scared me. Jean Ann, is this Jean Ann McKinney? Jean Ann. She hit the follow. I wonder if she's actually watching. Jean Ann, excuse me for just 1 second. I'm going to do things and click on things. Someone hit the follow. She hit the follow. Thank you, Jean Ann. Makes me feel old. Jean Ann was a former student of mine, making me feel old. Being old enough to subscribe to Twitch. Remember teaching her. Jean Ann, you make me feel super old. Just so you know, I every time like I think about like some of my first years teaching, I think Jean Ann with being perpetually sarcastic, even as a first grader, and it being the funniest thing in the world to me. Just sarcastic kids are like my favorite. My kids are pretty sassy and sarcastic, so it kind of helps. But how are you, Jean Ann? How are you doing? How is Are you doing virtual learning or do you actually have to go into school tomorrow? Oh my gosh. That makes me feel old. Super duper old. Oh, you went virtual. So like you get up and log on at 7 and then go back to sleep. Is that what happens? Cuz I bet that's what happens. Cuz I've heard what's been happening on the virtual scene for school this year and it's not surprising. Um especially Oh, that's so cute. You filled out your first job application. Oh my goodness, that's adorable. That's so cute. Oh my gosh, the babies are growing up. Where did you apply at? Did you apply at McDonald's? Or is it fast food or retail or what? Tell me. My first like job was Burger King. It was actually like my first legit job, like on the books job was Burger King, and it was the North Belt Burger King here in St. Joe. It was rough. I mean, it was rough for Burger King, but it was rough. I don't eat a lot of Burger King now, though. Like, it's not because of like I know because I work there. Like, I ate Burger King for years after. Like, it's not dirty. I mean, like, unless there is a specific Burger King that is specifically dirty. Like Burger King in general, it's like most other fast food. It's just frozen stuff that gets thrown in a fryer or put on the broiler. So it's not too bad. Oh, I'm gonna have to go around. Oh, yeah. So where did you apply? Tell me, tell me, tell me. You applied at Subway. Aww. Prepping for having to pay car insurance. Oh, girl. Okay, so, um, car insurance is fantastic. Always have car insurance. Like, don't drive without it. Like, seriously. Having said that, it is a pain, but it will save you so much later on. I so you may not remember, but Mr. Locke, me, um, I had a a silver Gallant for years, and I actually had it while from when I started teaching. You guys, when I got rid of it last January, the reason why I had to get rid of it is because in November, last November, I slid into a curb because it got real icy over Veterans Day. Slid into a curb, completely jacked up my front end. Like it totaled the car. The car wasn't worth very much because it was an '05 Galant. And so I got like $2,500 out of it or something like that, um, which the insurance paid me for. And then the shop just took the car. So I didn't have to pay anything. But now I have a car payment, which is a completely different ball of wax. Um, I mean, I have a newer car. It's in like an 18. Dodge, uh, Dodge, Journey, Crossroads, something Dodge Crossroads Journey. I don't know what it is, but it's essentially like a dad van, which is nice. Um, and like, don't turn your nose up at a van. Like, drive your friends around. So much room, especially like if you go to college. So much room to like take stuff with you. I love having so much more, like way more space. My Galant was, it's sedan, 4-door sedan, and it was fine with my kids, but like we just didn't have the same kind of room. My wife has a little SUV. It's kind of like a halfway in between, kind of like a little sport SUV, um, and so it it's so much nicer having uh, the room. Um, it's just so much nicer. Okay, let's go see what these guys are gonna do. Let's see. Are you gonna shoot me? Okay, here they come. Here they come. Everyone should be hiring though, G-Nan, so you should be able to get a job pretty quickly. Um, come on. Come on. Come on. Haha. Ah! Where are the other ones? Where are the other ones? Did you fall down here? Did you go over there? Are you in the water again? You two do not know what you are doing. Okay, I'm gonna wheel you guys. Yeah, let's come over here. All right, come on, Tweedledee. Ah! Am I prickly yet? I'm a little prickly. Ah! Ha ha! Ah! Subway seems like it'd be nice and easy. I have for sure a way to get on at Walmart if that doesn't work out. That crowd isn't for me. Yeah, Walmart is a. I worked at Walmart in college for a summer. Lawn and garden is super easy. And I got to wear shorts during the summer. It was great. Everyone else had to be inside with pants. And all I did was like water the flowers. And yeah, so it was super easy. Um, but Subway doesn't seem too bad. Like, probably the hardest thing would be definitely prep, like meat prepped, getting all the meat prepped and stuff like that. But I mean, that's probably not too bad. And you have to deal with people all day long. Um, Oh yeah, you'd have to be a cashier. Well, and that's not too bad. Ah, but cashier again, just dealing with people all day long. So like that's the hardest thing. And really at retail or food service, you're always dealing with people. You're always having to work with the general public, which isn't always most fun because um, people aren't very nice to food service industry people or retail because they always think they're better than them. But like, I don't understand it. Like you're there because you need it. Okay, I need to get away from this. You guys are abusive. Stop. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's go. Let's go check on these guys real quick. Yeah. Um. Lake Avenue is really nice though. Fun story. I used to go there on lunch all the time. Uh, like it got to be very expensive how much I used to go there. Uh, so like during during lunchtime, it gets pretty um busy. I would think. I'm trying to think of other places. There are subways in Walmart, especially here in St. Joe, that you could always look into. So, I mean, have it both ways, I guess. But yeah, the one on Lake Avenue, I would go to all the time. I love Subway. Mrs. Locke does not. 2 for 1 subs now. Oh, girl, you're gonna make me get Subway tomorrow. Don't you do it? Don't you do it? Um, because I will. I will get Subway tomorrow for lunch. I'm on vacation all this week, so okay. So other than job seeking, what's new, Janan? Got any classes that are fun virtually this year? I did stop teaching. I stopped teaching last November. And it's not the kids. I love the kids. I miss the kids every day. I actually talked to Miss Toot just last week, so it was nice. Um, but all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes from an adult perspective is no fun. Um, Working for adults who say that they're there for the kids, but really are only there to make the school district look good is really frustrating when all you're there is to teach kids. Like that's all I wanted to do was just teach kids. Um, but we had to look good doing it, and I didn't want to look good doing it, so I it was causing me to go to have very very rough times and rough days. To where I didn't feel like being a person anymore. So I decided to leave. There are more. Oh my gosh, I don't have room for you. I don't have room. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go mining because I don't know what to do with you. Too much. I have 6 of your brothers. I don't know what to do with you. There are too many. Too many. I'm gonna end up making more boats. That's what's gonna happen. It's just gonna happen. But yeah, I am a social worker now. I work for the state of Missouri. Um, I work for Children's Division, so I still get to interact with kids, which is my favorite thing about everything. So I still get to do what I like to do, interact with kids. Um, I may be moving on from that. I don't know yet how that's going to work. So trying to figure out what I want to be when I grow up. It's even when you're an adult, you have no idea what you want to do when you grow up. If I could just work with kids all day without having to worry about um, the adults breathing down my neck on on paperwork and all that stuff, I would do it in a heartbeat. But unfortunately, that's not what education is. You've been watching Netflix? Avatar. Oh my gosh. I actually just finished my rewatch of Avatar and then my rewatch of Legends of Korra. So good. Oh, I'm excited to hear that you're watching the good stuff. That makes me very happy. Um, how are you after being in school in Nevada? Oh, cool. What's your Who's your sister-in-law? I may know her. But that's really cool. Social work is tough. You sometimes see people in environments that are very different than your own, and that can be really, really hard and really tough to kind of get your mind over. Um, it's just one of the things you just have to rationalize with. Not everyone has the same experience as you. Not everyone has the same background as you. The street, but she's Claire McKinney now. Mhm. I don't think I know her, but that's really cool. Um, yeah, social work just it's we're not a good fit. I think it's too close to what I was doing before, which has been nice because I still get to interact with families. I still get to interact with kids, which I love doing. It's just some of the same kind of behind the scenes bureaucracy is some of the same stuff that just doesn't fit with me very well. So, uh, so I don't know, but I some one of the other people who was watching the stream earlier, kind of um, has fed me something that I thought about before of doing some online teaching, and I've thought about making a YouTube channel about elementary music. Just um, yeah, it's so good. You didn't think you'd like Avatar, but boyfriend convinced you to watch it. Yeah, it's so good. I actually remember this is how old I am. I remember watching it on Netflix, and then when I was in college, it was not on Netflix. Or wait, it was still on Netflix. It was on its last season when I was in college. So that makes Mr. Locke feel very old. Um, but yeah, Legend of Korra is really good too. I think you'll really like it. It's just one of those shows where when you watch Legend of Korra, going from Avatar, you have to know that Legend of Korra is who's the Avatar after Aang. Korra is a different person than Aang. So if you're expecting the Avatar to act, if you're expecting Korra to act like Aang, she is like his exact opposite. So she approaches every situation almost the exact opposite way, which is really, really cool because the way the kind of world has evolved around them is that it's kind of like 1920s America. So there's a little bit of that misogyny and sexism in that world. So having a female avatar, which shouldn't really be a big deal because there's been, hundreds of female avatars before her, but kind of the way they treat her as like this little girl who needs to be protected, but she is a strong, powerful woman the entire time in the show, like the entire part of the show. So it's really cool to see how they approach that from a kids show perspective. And there's a lot of really cool themes that they throw in subtly if you pick up on them. Um, all the villains are fantastic. The villains are probably one of the stronger parts of Legends of Korra. Um, but yeah, it's so good. Like, I want them to just continue on with another series. Um, but there's an unofficial like fan sequel to it, which is really cool. It's set in like it's set in what would be like Africa. So think Africa or South America. Um, so it's very Afro-Cuban centric ideals and things. It's really cool. But that's a fan made thing. Um, what's the other shows on Netflix you should watch? Umbrella Academy, if you haven't watched it. Um, Cora, she's she she kind of like Toph, in the fact that she kind of leaps in head first. Toph Toph is Cora is more brash than Toph is. Cora is like a loudmouth, um, hothead, like is always ready to throw down. Like if someone puffs their chest out at her, she's like, "What? I'm the Avatar. I will take you down." So but there's some really cool moments where they show her being very vulnerable later on. So it balances itself out throughout the course of the show, and it's really really neat. Um, and they do kind of like the love triangle thing, but uh, it's over pretty quickly. And then there's some stuff that happens toward the end. I don't want to spoil it because I think if you look at it as she is a different person than Aang, and the world is different. The idea of the Avatar is the same, but they expand on it so much. You learn so much more about what the Avatar is and how the Avatar came to be through Korra. It's so cool. Um, each season feels like its own show because when the creators were making it for Nickelodeon, Nickelodeon was like, okay, you could make one season. So they made the first season feel like its own show. And they're like, oh, people actually like this. Here's another season. And so they made the second season feel like its own. So they did that every time. Um, uh, Seasons 3 and 4 are the only ones that feel like they kind of mesh together, but seasons 1 and 2 they feel like their own standalone thing. It's just like season 1 happens, and then right after season 2 happens, but there's not a lot of connection between. There's like a scene or two, but because Nickelodeon kind of did them dirty on that, but it's really good. I think you'd really like it. Oh, it is. People complain about her. They'll make quick assumptions, like very surface level assumptions about Korra, um, based on the fact that she's a girl. She starts out knowing things that Aang doesn't know, but is lacking some things in what Aang is really good at. So there's some balance in there, but it's like you just have to go in thinking she's a different character, and her strength evolves over the course of the show. Like she becomes so um she becomes like a hot fire. She's like a raging bonfire at the start, and then that flame is tempered really low for a couple seasons, and then you start seeing like a molten kind of like core for her to end the thing. So like it really kind of goes full circle and kind of makes her a completely different character when you're watching the show. Um, it's it's very very different, but you should watch the Umbrella Academy. It's awesome. They've only have 2 seasons so far, but it's based on a comic book written by Gerard Way, who is the lead singer of My Chemical Romance. And it is very much not like the comic book, so you don't need to worry about that. The comic book is more like fantastical and really lays into the fact that it's a comic book about superpowered individuals. And in the show, they kind of lay towards more into the drama and like the people interactions. Not so much on the powers. So much they focus a lot on the unusual, but not on the powers so much. But it's really good. Um, my favorite character is Klaus, as everyone should be. Klaus is probably one of the best characters on television. Oh, of Umbrella Academy, girl, you got to do it. You got to do it. It's so good. Just start back fresh, rewatch. So I've been working from home a lot over the pandemic, and so I have been like watching Netflix, YouTube nonstop, movies nonstop. Like I went a couple weeks where all I did was watch, or 1 week where all I did was watch the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. So I've been watching a lot of stuff. How much time have we got into here? An hour and 10 minutes. Go about 20 more minutes or so. All right, let's go back up and let's do some building. Mm, do I have buttons over here? There we go. Baton, baton. Meow, 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 ha, ha. No, let me sleep. Um, ha, 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 ha. Oh, Dead Legion? That is a filming project I am involved with. It is made by um, a married couple by the name of Symphony and Nathan Pinion. They are the writers and directors, and they are making or we are making rather, a series, like a zombie series. Um, and so I'm a part of it, and I get to be like the big bad guy. Like I'm not a zombie, but I'm the guy in a suit who's like giving out orders to like the bad guys to like go kill the good guys and stuff. So I'm a part of that filming project, and it's really interesting because they've been doing all their filming and stuff the past 2 weeks because they're the good guys are kind of they have more screen time. And so I have very select moments that I get to go in and do some filming and stuff. So I get to be mean and menacing and grumpy. I got to put on my grumpy face. So I'm excited. But yeah, um, if you go over to the Dead Legion page, actually, let me grab a link for that. Um, Dead Legion, Dead Legion, Dead Legion. Our Facebook page. Let me see. Share. I just want the site. Just give me the site. So there you go. And then the website for it This there. So they are crowdfunding it. So they've got a lot of money saved up crowdfunding it. Um, so and they're they you can get and things, which is pretty cool. Uh, which I got two now. I got two shirts now. You get like stickers and stuff. But yeah, it's a series being shot in and around St. Joe, between the Kansas City area and St. Joe. Like they actually shot at Krug Pool last week. Oh yeah, it's going to be super interesting. They're actually pitching it to a streaming service that's all about inclusivity. So it's all about stories that feature people of color, people in the LGBTQ plus community, um, things like that. And our story does feature a lot of characters who kind of hit that demo, and in a very inclusive and in a way that people shouldn't complain about it. People shouldn't complain about forced diversity, which is like the weirdest thing you can complain about. It's like, how dare you make me look at people who don't look like me. Um, but yeah, so been looking at a streaming service for that. So like, if it makes any money on the back end, I would get like a very tiny bit. But I mean, I did it for just kind of the cool experience, and I think it's a really cool project. So yeah. All right, let's get a foundation built for our sphere we're going to make for our casa, for mi casa. Oh, you donated too? Cool. Here, this shall be the place. All right. Hmm. Um, there is another page though. If you go to it, it's Dead Legion Apocalypse Pals. They're looking always for people to be zombies as extras at background scenes, and they post when those days are. So like if you have a chance like in the afternoon or later in the day when you're not doing schoolwork, if you want to be a zombie, you can go be a zombie. Or if you have friends that like to do that or like to be do theater stuff, it'd be a cool experience to put down to be a zombie extra in an independent web series. Um, so if you've got friends who want to do it, you should share that around to all the youngins, all the little kids. You little kids. You guys aren't kids though. You are young adults. Um, all right, that is going to be the base for when we start building up over there. Let's get some ladders. Some ladders. Ladders. Um, ladders, ladders. Give me my ladders. That won't work. Actually, let me drop that link. Dead Legion Apocalypse Pals. Dead Legion Apocalypse Pals. If you want to go to that page, there are um, times and places that they put on there and update regularly, pretty regularly about. And yeah, and if you want to be a zombie, if you're in the St. Joe area, you can be a zombie. or a soldier. I know sometimes they're looking for like generic soldiers to stand there. So if you want to stand there and look big and tough, you can. I think that'd be cool. And again, it could be a good reference. And they do independent filming projects all the time. They've got a couple features that they've done. They do shorts, um, like short films. They do some of the contests here in the Midwest area. So they're a fun group. They're a good group, and I they are good people to just interact with, um, which is always pretty nice. So okay, um, hmm. We gotta figure out our palettes for our base. Hmm. That may be a day in creative that we spend just hanging out, making stuff look cool. Um, and yeah. Um, okay. Douglas, Norbert, I expect this from Norbert. But Douglas, I'm ashamed of you. You should have warmed to me. All right. Okay. Let's harvest these crops. And while I'm harvesting these crops, we're gonna look and spy on these guys. Are all three still there? Those guys are gone. Fantastico. Give me those potatoes. Potatoes. All right, that is probably to do it for that. We need a composter monster. Composter. So let's make a composter. Hmm. There we go. Make me a chest. And then make me a hopper. Make me another chest. For 4. Um, this. And then this. Then this. No. Okay. And then we will need another hot air and a chest. Haha. Yeah. Yeah. I did a thing. All right. So, let's wait for the sun to rise again. We had one new follower today, Miss Jean Ann, who I've known quite literally most of her life. And yeah, we had a pretty productive stream, I think. Like, we got a lot of resources. We've got our base pillar kind of set up over there to get a good start. Just see it over there. To figure out where we're going to build. I think next stream we are going to spend most of the time in creative so we can come up with a good build palette for the sphere over there. We can start collecting directly towards that. Not anything over there. Of course. Of course. But yeah. We got some new friends. Let's go over and say hi to our new friends. We got 3 new buddies. Let's there we go. And those guys have banners too, which is hilarious. Let's take our screenshot. There we go. And yeah. So we need to get more name tags because we need to name tag Quincy. He still doesn't have his name tag, so he will despawn if we don't get him a name tag soon. I don't know what we're going to do with these 3. I don't know if we're going to name them. I don't know if we're going to keep them. I don't know if I might just let them sail out on their own and go on their own journey. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. We got to first kind of see what we're doing. Again, our pillar set up over there. But yeah, that is our stream today, folks. That is the back of my head. That is the front of me. Here is the front of me. Thank you for watching. I had a blast playing Minecraft with you guys again. It was a lot of fun. It was really cool talking to Totoro, talking to Jinan again, and having Jinan follow. Awesome, fantastic. If you guys would like to follow, go to twitch.tv/Mr. Retro, 2 M's, 2 R's, ETRO. That's MMRRETRO. Twitch.tv/Mr. Retro. This video will also be uploaded over to my YouTube channel. It will be in my Minecraft Twitch stream playlist. So if you didn't catch all of it, or if you're over there right now, that is where we are. And I am Mr. Retro over at YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all things Mr. Retro, MMRRETRO. That's 2 M's, 2 R's, ETRO. I will be streaming all this week. Minecraft for sure, and probably going to jump around on some other games throughout the day. So if you have some time, you can check me out and see what I'm doing. If not, check out my social media to see if I have posted a schedule. Once I kind of figure out life this week, I will have a more concrete schedule to get some steam built up for things. So thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye!